Hello, hello. So I want to talk a little bit about the update content and the video they released. I'll go along the video and skip some parts and focus on those I think are interesting or more important for me. But yeah, the guild lobby revamp, not something I really care about, but I do care about the guild system being remade. So let's take a look at that.
과 마스터 상점이 삭제되는데요. 기부 시스템은 기사단에 재화를 기부하고 용맹의 문장과 지휘관의 완장을 획득.
Right, yeah, so the donation system, the idea was for people to give each other different types of resources, so there's some cooperation. In the end, it was just a way to farm guild crests, so you can exchange them in the guild shop. So it became a mindless click fest, as they say later on. So I welcome this change. I think this is very good. This was just a boring task, and humans shouldn't be doing this, like this type of actions. There's no reward. It's just, I mean, mental reward. You get the reward in the currencies, but it's a really boring task and very repetitive.
할 수 있는 시스템인데 이제는 큰 의미가 없이 매일 들어와서 버튼만 클릭하면 되는 상황이고 또 용기의 증거라는 재화 획득도 쉽지가 않아서 기부 횟수를 채우는데 어려움이 있다고 판단이 됩니다.
I will say that the currency is not difficult to obtain. The courage, proof of courage. It was just inconvenient. In a game where there is this scarcity of resource, you have energy and you have to choose which type of content you spend it on. You can easily farm proof of courage if you farm episode, but people want to farm other types of content, so it just becomes inconvenient. So in any case, good to remove this.
이번에 이런 시스템들을 삭제를 하려고 하고요. 그리고 마스터 상점에서 획득 가능한 보상들을 새롭게 추가되는 주간 보급 상자를 통해서 그대로 획득하실 수 있습니다. 기사단에 쌓여있는 영광의 금화라던가 용기의 증거는 기사단 레벨의 경험치로 전환이 될 예정이고 또 개인이 보유 중인 용기의 증거는 한 개당 지휘관의 완장 5개로
Right, so this conversion rate is the same as you get from donating them, so you don't lose on anything.
변경이 됩니다. 세 번째로는 기사단 마스터리 시스템의 추가입니다. 현재 기사단 콘텐츠에 대한 활동성이나 텐션이 많이 떨어져 있는 상황이라고 생각이 됩니다. 기사단 레벨도 20레벨을 달성한 지 오래된 기사단이 많고 또 특히 상위권 기사단에서 플레이하시는 계승자분들은 또 피로도가 굉장히 높은 데 반해서 또 실질적인 메리트가 없다시피 한 상황이라고 생각합니다. 그래서 이번에 기사단에 대해서 대대적인 개편을 하려고 하는데요. 먼저 기사단 레벨이 20에서 30으로 확장이 되고
Right, so to be honest, I have no idea what the guild level does nowadays. I only remember being in a level 19 and a level 20 guild, and I have no idea what difference it makes. So, but I think they will implement something to make a difference.
기사단 마스터리라는 신규 시스템이 추가됩니다. 기사단 활동을 통해서 기사단 마스터리 랭크가 올라가면 기사단원에게 도움이 되는 효과나 보상을 획득할 수 있게 되는데요. 예를 들면 중간 보급 도움이 되는
Right, so this is, we get a little bit of a preview how this will look. We can only speculate, we don't really know. 0 out of 5, does that mean you can choose 5 of these? Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, these are the buffs that captains would had to manually buy, so it's good that we don't have to spend extra clicks to do it. It's great. Energy, captains have to buy it in the guild. Again, good. This is, I can't tell if this is gold or honor coins in the guild, but these are brave crests that we get. So I guess these are rewards for members. Yeah, I guess this is just gold, rewards for members. More energy, the guild supply chest as they mentioned, and I think this might be for Guild War, like that they mention some bonuses later on about you, like if you lose a hero in a Guild War attack, you can still use it afterwards. That's what I imagine this would mean. But yeah, who knows?
효과나 보상을 획득할 수 있게 되는데요. 예를 들면 중간 보급 상자의 보상이 증가한다거나 오르비스 심장에서 정화에 사용하는 재화의 획득량이 늘어난다거나 단원 상점에서 새로운 물품이 추가되기도 하고 기사단 전쟁에서 영웅 사망 시에 부활을 시킬 수 있는 이런 효과들도 있습니다.
Right, so there's that revive upon death in Guild War. I don't think this means that a hero revives during the attack. That does not sound right, interesting, or balanced. So I really hope that's not what it means. I just think if you lose a hero in one attack, you can use it again in the next attack.
기사단 전쟁에서
New items to the member shop. Well, we'll see what type of items. If it's regular items, such as weekly purchases, or one-time purchases like the artifacts, it will be interesting. I mean, it's good that they bring some novelty to this. I like this.
영웅 사망 시에 부활을 시킬 수 있는 이런 효과들도 있습니다. 이렇게 기사단에서 받을 수 있는 혜택을 증가시켜서 기사단에 가입을 하고 활동을 하는 게 더 도움이 되도록 개선을 했습니다.
Well, we'll see about more rewarding. I mean, even now it makes sense to be part of the guild, and the most rewarding, not like emotionally rewarding, but just rewarding in terms of what you get is Guild War, and that's Mystic Medals because they're usually hard to come by. And everything else you get from a guild is usually community. It's not really about the systems. The systems are, I mean, outside of Guild War, are very boring and repetitive. So I welcome this change, but yeah, we'll have to see what exactly and how they do this, right? I like the idea, I like the philosophy, so let's see what the implementation will be.
앞으로도 기사단 활동과 관련된 시스템이나 컨텐츠를 좀 더 추가할 예정이고요. 기사단 전쟁이나 고대유산처럼 큰 컨텐츠보다는 좀 더 가벼운 요소로 기사단원끼리 소속감이나 친밀도를 올릴 수 있게 하려고 합니다.
Okay, again, need to see what this actually means. Ancient Inheritance, I think, is a fun content. A lot of people don't like it. But I really try-harded last time, and oh well, at the end, it's really boring. Like, it's just so repetitive, and at some point you just want to get it over with. So I think it's fun at the start, like when you're progressing, and then we're just grinding to kill the boss is just boring at that point when you're just doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah, they say instead of Guild War, instead of Ancient Inheritance, I don't think they'll be removing that content, at least not Guild War, but rather they will be introducing other types of content that are smaller in scope, right? Not like a 2-week long thing like Ancient Inheritance or however many weeks it was. Yeah, let's see.
마지막으로는 기사단 토너먼트 개선 내용입니다. 기사단 전쟁 이번 시즌이 종료되면 두 번째 기사단 토너먼트가 진행이 될 예정인데요. 저번 기사단 토너먼트 이후로 각 기사단에게 설문조사를 진행을 했고요. 몇 가지 피드백을 받아서 이번에 개선하려고 합니다. 일단 가장 많이 의견 주셨던 테두리 회수에 대한 내용.
Right, so these rewards, I think the only people who care about are the ones who are at the top of Guild War competition, which the majority of us probably aren't. But yeah, people complain that they cannot hold the frames that they earned during Guild War, but RTA players do. So I think this was the right thing to do all along. It's just I guess internally, they didn't see it that way. They didn't realize how important it was for the people who do compete at the highest level, but it makes sense.
내용인데요.
Arguably, Guild War is more difficult to compete in than like RTA. At an individual player's level, maybe it requires more effort to play RTA, but as 30 members coming together and being consistent and being able to show results it's a very difficult thing to do. So I think it should have more prestige than RTA, or at least the same level, right?
개인 테두리가 시즌이 끝나고 나면 다시 회수되는 것에 대해서는 저희가 회수하지 않아서 보상으로 지급하겠습니다. 토너먼트 순위에 따라
Right, and now they'll give some rewards. Again, top tier Guild War. How many people are in that situation?
개인당 1,600개의 신비의 메달을 획득하고요. 화면에 보이시는 것처럼 16위까지.
Yeah, there you go. Top 16. I mean, great, good. Drives more competition, but yeah, I think it makes sense. Like, people were already competing just for the sake of competing, but now you actually get something, tangible that you can use for it.
정해진 수트가 최상위권에 경쟁인 만큼 이 보상으로 노력에 대한 보답이 조금이나마 되었으면 좋겠습니다. 또 저번에 저희가 토너먼트를 진행해 보니까 조편성에서 특정 순위가 좀 더 불리하게 플레이하게 되는 그런 문제.
Right, so this is just there was some issue with a guild that had fewer members, like 29 to 30 in the tournament, would be at an advantage compared to the higher player guild, because they changed the point system for the buildings, how much havoc you can earn, and yeah, it was a little weird. I don't remember if it's like you can have more havoc if you're a lower playered guild, or if it's just harder to obtain the same amount of havoc. It was something weird, but anyway, good that they fixed this.
가 있더라고요. 이번에
Just to be clear, it only applied to the tournament, so only to the top 16 guilds or whatever.
조편성 방식을 조금 변경을 해서 기사단 토너먼트에 참여하지 않는 계승자분들은 관심도가 조금 떨어지거나 또 혹은 진행 상황이 궁금해도 알 수가 없는 상황인데요. 다음에는 진행 현황을 실시간으로.
Now this is great. I love this. This is probably the most exciting thing for me about this whole video. I just hope it's implemented in an interesting way. I mean, even now you are not able to view your own results like from a fight. You can do your attack, but there's no way to review how it went, and there's no way to see how your defenses went. And so when they say that they will allow players to spectate, I hope it allows people to also watch some of the attacks. Although I realize it is a little bit, maybe too optimistic. I think in the end you will be able to just see the results of Havoc, how it's progressing, and how buildings are getting destroyed. Because I think actually watching every attack is just not feasible. It's not realistic. But yeah, I mean, hopefully this will be very well developed later on. I imagine at the start it's going to be very simple.
들어가서 관전도 할 수 있는 기능을 추가해서 또 많은 분들의 관심을 받을 수 있는 기사단 토너먼트가 되도록 개선해 나가겠습니다. 기사단 토너먼트 승부의 신 이벤트도 이번에 개선을 해서 진행을 하니까 많은 관심 부탁드리겠습니다.
Yeah, so that thing about the gambling, betting on teams, yeah, it's a good way to engage. I did it last time. The only thing is like you don't really know about the guilds, so there's no emotional investment. I think if they kind of showcase something about the guilds, I don't know, like metrics or some results, something so people can actually get an idea about guilds instead of just looking at a name and they either know it or don't, right? Like if you watch sports, you end up knowing about people. You know how they performed in the past, like who the members of a team, if it's a collective sport, right? Like you follow them. And here there's very little. You don't know the members of any guild really. You don't know how long they've been with the guild, how many times they competed. So I mean, this is just to keep interest, but in reality, it's not enough. I think it's a good start. And it's the second time we're having this, I believe.
개선을 해서 진행을 하니까 많은 관심 부탁드리겠습니다.
Right. So going to the summons.
두 번째로는 소환 관련 개선 소식입니다. 먼저 진행 중인 소환 대상을 직관적으로 알 수 있도록 소환 UI를 개선했습니다. 지금은 신비 소환에서 소환 대상이 바뀌어도 직접 눌러서 들어가 보지 않으면 알기가 어렵고 또 소환의 대상이 아이콘으로만 보이는 부분이 있어서 좀 더 보기 좋게 수정을 했습니다. 또 우정 소환의 경우에도
Right, about this, I mean, I guess it's better. Just have the game open here. Yeah, I'm not sure the old interface was a problem. I guess you can see here which hero is in the Mystic Summon. I'm not sure what the difference is. It looks nicer. Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm kind of lukewarm on this.
보이는 부분이 있어서 좀 더 보기 좋게 수정을 했습니다. 또 우정 소환의 경우에도 활용도가
This is great. Another boring task. The only thing is, I didn't do the math, but I don't know why they did this available 3 times a week. Before you could just buy as many of the 2-star artifacts, 1-star artifacts, and 2-star monsters, as many as you want, and then you just sell them, and then the artifacts you would use as powder equivalent for artifacts, which was fine. So like if I'm actually getting less powder for artifacts from this than I could before, then I'm kind of sad because I never spent resources on this. Like I never bought experienced penguins. I only bought the summons for the friendship, and like if this is worse in terms of experience, then yeah, uh, not too happy about it. But I think the change is in the right direction because it was another boring task. There was so much management and useless clicking to deal with the monsters and the powder. So this is generally better. But yeah, I don't like the 3 times a week thing.
낮다고 판단을 해서 이번에 삭제를 했고, 우정 포인트로는 하급 아티팩트 강화석을 구매할 수 있도록 우정 상점에 상품을 추가했습니다. 그리고 신규 영웅을 뽑기 위해서 소환을 하시다 보면 3, 4성 영웅이나 아티팩트로 인벤토리가 가득 차는 경우가 많은데요. 그래서 영웅 아티팩트 자동 판매 기능을 추가를 했습니다.
I'm kind of yes and no on this. I honestly would prefer if they just did something differently, which is where is it this? Yeah, just give us access to this storage. Let us store artifacts like this. Like, why is that not a thing? And then we can just sell in mass. Like, I don't know, just give me another storage instead of having only one place where it's all a mess. And here, like, we can stack multiples of one artifact and sell it later or something, or put one into our main inventory. And let me put this back and forth. That's what I would like. Auto sell is fine, but not exactly what I want. I mean,
이제는 소환 옵션에서 3, 4성 영웅이나 아티팩트를 자동 판매를 설정을 하시면 소환에서 해당 영웅이 등장했을 때 바로 판매가 되어서
again, I guess it's fine. Yeah, not exactly what I wanted because I am a maniac and I don't sell artifacts like any moment. I will just go because I'm an efficiency maniac. I will go to the lobby. I will change my pet to have increased gold from selling equipment. And as far as I know, artifact does count as equipment. So I get a little bit more gold. It's not much, but it's gonna add up. And then if I have to be summoning and switching my pet while I'm summoning, it's a little bit annoying. Also, sometimes I want to keep some 3-star artifacts. Sometimes I want to sell some 4-star artifacts, right? So, I mean, it's good for super late game players, I suppose, where you just don't want anything. But yeah, it's fine.
인벤토리 공간이 가득 차는 일이 줄어들 것 같습니다. 그럼에도 아티팩트 인벤토리는 늘 부족하다고 생각이 되어서 이번에 아티팩트 인벤토리를 100칸 더 늘리겠습니다.
Again, just instead of that, just give us access to this box for heroes and artifacts, right? Just give us access to this. I actually don't know what the inventory space is. Is that what I'm using? 153? Yeah, I have no idea how it works anyway.
그리고 저희가 신규 영웅의 소환 비용에 대해서 계속 고민을 좀 하고 있었습니다. 1년에 출시되는 성향 영웅과 월강 영웅을 합치면 출시되는 개수가 꽤 많다 보니까 영웅을 획득하는 비용이 좀 부담이지 않나라는 생각이 듭니다. 그래서 계승자분들이 느끼시는 가치에 맞게 가격도 조정되어야 한다고 생각을 해서 소환에 몇 가지 변화가 있는데요. 첫 번째로 영웅 소환에 누적 소환 횟수 보상이 추가됩니다. 아티팩트 확정 소환이 없는 부분도 그렇고 확정 소환 120회도 매번 영웅을 획득하기에는 조금 빠듯한 부분이기도 해서 이번에 정말 큰 결심을 했고요. 기본적으로 120회의 확정 소환 비용도
Yeah, this is a great change. I think there's nobody who will dislike this. I think there is literally no downside to any of this. So I think like this is just a good system, just a good change. And for this, I did prepare a little bit of something. So we have the Heroes who are run for the first time. It's the first time their banner shows up. For the rerun, and then for Mystics, right? So um, basically, before, our pity would cost us 121 pulls or 605 bookmarks, and now it will be 111. And now we also have an artifact pity, like which we did not have before. The way to pity artifacts was to buy it from the powder shop, and powder was maybe not always available. So this gives us extra ways to get artifacts. When a hero is rerun, when their banner shows up again, instead our pity will it will actually cost us 97, but we do need to have 104 pulls saved up in order to have access to this, as we only get these 8 back after we pull on that, and then we summon once more, and that would give us 97 for natural pity, right? And again, we can pity an artifact. This is a great change. People have been asking this for a long time, right? There's no downside to this. And for Mystics, they just made the first 30 cheaper, so every time a new Mystic summon shows up, you can spend 30 summons for the price of 21, which is okay, sure, why not? Worst case, if you don't get the hero, it builds up your pity for the next hero slowly. Mystics are usually very limited, very hard to acquire. They tried this system before, yeah, sure. I mean, some looks good to me. I can't complain about this. I think the bigger changes are these. These are definitely the biggest changes for the summon system. Also, keep in mind that if you go all the way to 250, which is in effect, you need to have today's like 2 pity worth of summons, minus 2, I guess, because it would be 242. And for that price, you will get actually so 1 pity, 2, 3, 4 pity, and 5 slate. So you'll get 5 heroes guaranteed, not counting whatever else you summon from it. So you're almost guaranteed to get, well, guaranteed. You have very high chances of getting your max imprint hero on a new banner if you go all the way to the end. Although you should probably save the slate for something else. And for artifacts, you get 2 guaranteed, and I imagine you will still be able to powder 1 from shop. So you get 3 artifacts, which is great. And for a rerun, you get 1 pity artifact and 1 pity hero summon, but it's cheaper than before, right? For a lower price than before, you get both a hero and an artifact, while before you could only get the hero. Yeah, so it's a good change.
누적 횟수 보상을 받으면 실제 소환 시에는 50회까지 가져가실 수 있게 들은 이미 피를 환급해드리는 형태로 구성을 복귀나 신규 유저의 입장에서는 큰 가치이다 보니 또 월광 영웅 또한 마찬가지인데요. 갖고 싶어도 좀 망설여지게 돼야 하나라는 좀 그런 고민에게 그런 경험들을 아마 다들 해보셨을 것 같아요. 그래서 예전 최초 30회는 이 할인을 통해서 을 획득해볼 기회도 누가 뭐래도 월드 아레나인데요. 에픽 세븐 아레나 하기가 망설여 부담을 좀 낮췄고요. 또 월광 영웅의 복각 시기도
Right, this change here, on one hand, it's good. More choices is usually better. On the other hand, it means you have less time to actually acquire enough mystics to get the hero. So, I mean, I guess in a way, from a business perspective, it's both good because you're giving more choices to players, but it's also good because you give them more incentive to spend, right? So, yeah, I mean, what can I say about that? It's okay.
영웅을 오래 기다리지 않고 획득할 수 있게 하는 쪽으로 좀 개선해 보겠습니다. 위에서 말씀드린 소환 개선들은 2월 19일부터 진행되는 소환에 적용됩니다. 그리고 이번에도 직업 소환이 진행되는데요. 독자 아티팩트
Right, Glorious Throne, the 3F artifact. I mean, yes, everyone's been asking for it. These collaboration artifacts are extremely premium stuff, and it's good that they give us a chance to get them. They have to change the artifact to be able to give it to us. And yeah, 3F, probably one of the more impactful night artifacts, if not the most impactful night artifacts in the game.
는 많은 분들이 기다리셨을 기사 아티팩트가 충분하지 않은 계승자분들도 이번 기회에 많이 참여해 보시면 좋을 것 같습니다. 다음은 아레나 관련 개선 내용입니다. 현재 아레나 상위 등급에서 등급별 할당 인원수가 다 차지 않고 있는 상황이라서 아레나 공격과 방어에 대한 점수 밸런스를 변경하려고 합니다. 챔피언 4 이상 구간에서 공격 패배 시와 방어 패배 시 감소되는 점수를 줄여서 승점 누적이 더 원활하게 될 수 있도록.
Alright, so this they did release this in a post here, and I imagine these would be the only changes. So if you see losing points is -10 -10. So imagine in between it was also -10. So now when you're defeated, when you use an attack and you lose fewer points than before. And when you lose because someone attacked you, you lose fewer points. So it will be easier to keep yourself in that stage after you reach Champion 4. Which, I mean, I guess that's what they had to do. It's a little weird that you lose less here than you did before. So it's going to be harder to get out of this area, maybe, probably, who knows. But then once you're here, it's easier to keep it if you are losing attacks and if you're getting attacked. That's how they just decided to do it, and sure, why not?
하려고 하고요. 이를 통해서 등급 상승의 난이도 완화 및 각 등급에 적절한 인원이 분포될 수 있도록 즉 더 많은 그리고 아레나 방덱을 보면 좀 가슴이 많이 되는데요. 그래서 이번에 아레나 방어 공격 성공률이 높은
Yeah, this arena system, sure, maybe. I mean, it's usually good that they have recommended heroes. Just looking right now, the thing is, it's not populated yet, so we don't know how useful it is. But oh, there you go. So it seems like it is using data from what players use, and I think that's very good. It's basically player-driven data, right? It's statistics. It's not, and then you can actually see. Look, well, this team only won once against this team, so this is kind of bad. Or people don't know how to use it, or just don't have the builds. And you can just copy it, and yeah, I don't know how this works. I don't want to do this. Can I do this? Oh, let's just do it. Oh, I can just copy it if I have my units, but then it goes into the first slot. Okay, sure. And as you can see, my Kavarik is not leveled. But yeah, I mean, good. I like it. Sure, it will be useful, probably. Makes things faster. I do think the arena thing in itself is kind of a boring slog. I mean, it's fine when you do some different content, but this is just very repetitive. So in the end, arena, in my opinion, could use a revamp.
조합을 보여줘서 바로 편성할 수 있는 그런 방법인데요. 지금은 대전 상대 갱신을 하면 연승이 깨지는데요. 연승으로 획득하는 승점과 종목 점수가 꽤 되거든요. 이걸 포기하기가 좀 어려운데 하루에 5번은 갱신을 해도 연승이 안 깨지.
Great change, probably. Sure. Again, don't really care too much about arena, but I think this is a positive change. Not much to say about it.
싶으면 대표함 등급부터 방어덱 진영이 랜덤으로 노출이 되고 있는데요. 요즘 배치 정보가 좀 중요한 용들이 많아졌다 보니까 이 부분은 엠페러 5 이상부터
Right, so they just changed the threshold for where you can see the positions of the heroes in the team. So now you actually see the real positions, and now this will only be in from Emperor, from what I understood, right?
랜덤으로 배치되도록 수정을 했습니다.
Yes, exactly. So it's only from Emperor that this will become an important thing, where it's randomized.
그리고 공략 정보와 더불어서 공격 덱도 다양하게 준비하실 수 있도록 아레나 팀 편성을 20개까지 아레나와 월드 아레나를 포함한 PVP 컨텐츠 활성화를 핵심 목표로 잡고 있는 만큼 PVP 컨텐츠를 부담 없이 즐기실 수 있도록 많은 개선을 준비하고
Yeah, more slots for arena, sure, whatever. Again, I don't use it that much. I think for me it's just a boring repetitive content. But it's good that they're trying to revitalize. Can't pronounce it. I mean, I'm just not a fan of either Arena or World Arena. Yeah.
Vow. I vow to become both the sword and shield that protects the peace and safety of Orbis. I vow to stand as the vanguard against the celestial darkness, without fear, without retreat. I vow to fight in the name of Orbis, and upon my honor, to gladly lay down my life. Welcome, my brethren, to Fidelis, the vanguard that will stand against the celestial invasion. Have you prepared yourselves? Follow me. If all you amount to is chasing my shadow, then you may leave immediately.
Yeah, I think anyway, just won't get too deep into this in this video, but I like this type of content, the Gladiatorium. We'll look at it in a bit.
Delis, the road.
Like Riza.
관련 내용인데요. 가장 먼저 말씀드릴 내용은
Yeah, there we go. Orbius Gladiatorium. Let me see if I can find it while he talks about it.
오르비스 결투제 참천의 부름입니다. 지난 11월 라스가 본선 진출권을 획득하고 이야기가 마무리되었던 오르비스 결투제 선발전이 새로운 스토리와 콘텐츠로 결투제 참천의 부름은
So I already finished, so I can't really show anything, unfortunately. I will say this is my favorite type of PvE content. This is the kind of PvE content I want to see in the game, where I don't have to invest ton of resources, Molagora, runes, and all this just to be able to clear some PvE content and then never use those heroes again. Right? So this just gives you heroes you can use, you can experiment, you can try, and it is extremely fun. I love this type of content. This is great. Abyss is terrible. I hate it. No more stuff like Abyss. So this is a very positive change of direction that they're doing to introduce this type of content instead of like stuff where you have to put resources into it.
에우레카 대륙에 있는 미래 전술 사령본부의 본선 대회장을 배경으로 사명을 가지고 만을 놨을지 있습니다. 이번에는 해보신 결투제 본선 대회장 혹시 라투자고 제어지게 될 새롭게 등장하는 영웅들에 대한 소개도 루이자는 함께 반발을 했던 가다 능력 중심.
Right, new heroes, Riza and skin for SPP. It's fine, good for arena, sure.
하기 위해 자세 오리비스 이 영웅은 전술 수행 특화형.
Yeah, another hero, a 5-star that can be imprinted with a 4-star, sure.
자동술 사령 요청했습니다. 설계 및 오르비스이 들어서 군인이지 오르비스 저희가 각인이 가능한 쪽으로 소개해드릴 영웅 오르비스도 과연 것이니 바랍니다. 3명의 영웅을 만나봤습니다. 그리고 기존의 계승자 여러분들.
Yeah, the other hero is the unannounced hero, the one from Orbis Gladiatorium.
께서 불편하셨던 여러 부분들을 수정하고 있습니다. 영웅 스킬 강화나 각성 시에 룬이나 촉매제 선택 상자를 사용하실 때 상자를 사용하고 스킬 강화를 또 눌러야 해서 좀 번거로운 부분이 있었는데요. 룬이나 촉매제 선택 상자를 한 번에 사용하고 스킬 강화를 할 수 있도록 UX를 개선을 했습니다.
It was a great change, love it. I hope they apply it to more things. This has been very annoying. It's just a lot of mindless clicks. All of these quality of life improvements are the best thing for me. I think this is great. I love the direction. I really hope they just continue doing this. And I hope that someone watches this from Smilegate and they see, we're doing well. So, you are doing well. This is the great stuff. Like, this is quality of life improvements are always great. Like, this is amazing. I love it.
그리고 룬
You know what? And you should tell them as well, so they introduce more of this kind of stuff, because it just reduces the burden of mindless drone work, and then you can actually play the game or play the animation or do other stuff.
획득처 바로 가기에서 정령의 재단으로만 이동하고 룬 속성별 보스로까지 좀 안내가 안 되던 보스까지 이어지도록 개선을 했습니다. 추가 개선 사항은 월드 아레나 관련 개선입니다. 요즘에 특히 월드 아레나를 플레이하시
Sure, giving soul count to World Arena is great. I hope this is also available for Guild War, honestly. Because when you're attacking, you also might want to see their souls for free run. Yeah.
때 이로만 체크가 가능해서 그럼 소울의
Yeah, I want this for Guild War as well, please. But good direction. I just hope it's... I doubt it is in Guild War as well, but I hope it will be.
개수를 한 자리까지 확인할 수 있도록 한 달 남았는데요. 이때쯤에 공개하는 게 있죠. 바로 전설 스킨인데요. 이번의 유령
SPP skin, I mean, I never really cared too much about this. It's hard for me to say much about it. It's just I'm the kind of player who doesn't really care too much about extra skins usually. Yeah, maybe because I don't own her, but if I did, maybe I'd be more excited. Who knows?
흑조 전설 스킨은 월드 아레
I mean, as a fact, I would like to undo some skins. Like, you have some specialty changed heroes, and I would like to use the original skin, but with a specialty change. But anyway.
나 마스터 등급으로 마감 시에 획득. 이 버전 메인 이벤트는 돌아온 장비를 6주 동안
The craft event, yes, this is very important. Just to make things clear, it's level 88 gear. You cannot reforge it. Every time you enhance it, you get what you see, right? Those are the stats you get, and you get right here. So you get the max roll on level 0 or at 0 enhance, but then every time you enhance, it will only go up by the level 85 stats. So but basically this is level 1, right? But it will be 7 per level, 8 per level, 5 per level, right? And 4 per level. But technically Reforged can give you 5 because 4, and then after Reforged plus 1 would be 5. And yeah, use this event. It's great.
있게 변경을 했습니다. 장비를 제작하실 수가 있습니다. 지금 에픽 7의 장비 같아서 보존
The only thing
수가 있을지는 이벤트인데요. 장비 수준
I guess you can see it, but the only thing I would recommend is just choose helmet for your left side pieces. You have more different types of rolls. Unless you really know what you're doing and you want a sword or a chest piece, just go for helmet. And for the right side, I mean, yeah, too many choices to give a good recommendation. But left side, choose helmet unless you really know you want something else instead.
좀 많이 업그레이드해서 보존 능력치 이벤트 소식을 하는. 그래서 올해는 에픽 7 e스포츠는 축으로 4월.
Right, and this I covered this in fairly extensive way in another video. I think overall good changes, nice stuff. This I guess I didn't mention, but you get one piece from the left side and one piece from the right side. So you get two pieces like that. You can't choose two rings or one neck and one ring. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's basically it from me. I hope this was more helpful than just watching the video on your own, and I got to give you some insight. Enjoy.